You're watching the SCAC Player of the Week interviews. It's week 2 of the SCAC Outdoor Track and Field season. Today we're joined by the SCAC Women's Outdoor Track and Field Athlete of the Week for Field Events senior jumper Cortnee Priour of the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. And Cortnee, first of all, congratulations and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Cortnee, you and the rest of your TLU teammates off to an outstanding start to the outdoor season, winning the opening meet of the year at Hardin-Simmons and putting together some really outstanding performances this past week at the Trinity Open. What has impressed you overall from a team perspective through these first couple of weeks, and how much confidence is this group starting to compete with now as you get ready to really dive into the outdoor year?
I think what's definitely impressed me the most is that we may have a small team, but everyone's been giving it their all and everyone's been performing to basically the best of their abilities at this point. It's given myself a lot of confidence in our team, and I think the team members as well on the women's side. Everyone's been super excited about the rest of the season because everyone's been doing so well, especially at that Trinity Open.
Cortnee, individually, you shined, winning the long jump with the leap of 5.51 meters this past weekend. You also finished second in the triple jump with a mark of 10.92 meters. Take me through those two events. How were you able to be so successful out there for the Bulldogs?
I think in the long jump, that's always been my favorite event, and after I had scratched my best jump, I was just focused on getting a mark on the board to get a better mark. And so that's what Coach Holland and I focused on. We focused on getting my foot underneath me and making sure that I wouldn't scratch so I'd be able to get that 18-foot jump that I needed to win. And for triple jump, I went out and hadn't practiced triple jump at all. And so just the fact that I'm jumping the 1090s just gives me more motivation to be able to jump mid-11s for the rest of the season, especially at conference.
When we talked, Cortnee, over the media days, one of the things you mentioned was really focusing on trying to get your marks on the board and how important that was for your success and your confidence. What is key to making sure you accomplish that, early on in a meet or early on in the season? What are you really focusing on to make sure you're able to accomplish that and kind of take some of that pressure off to allow yourself to really rip it during the rest of the meet?
I think the biggest thing for me is driving out of the back and having the same first 4 steps every single time, and running the same way, running with the same drive every single time to make sure that I'm going to hit the same mark. I know weather conditions can be different and that can affect my mark, but from there we always adjust. And Coach Holland always does a really good job to make sure if I'm reaching for the board, then she's not going to move me. If I wasn't reaching and I scratched, then she'll move me. But basically just trying to keep that same speed underneath me to be able to jump.
You said you really love the long jump and that's where you're most comfortable. What are the similarities, though, Cortnee, between the long and the triple jump from outside sort of the obvious of trying to jump as far as you can? Are there, things that you do well in long jump that you can take and transition into the triple jump that allow you to be successful there as well?
I think in the long jump what I do really well is jumping in the air, the rotation-wise, and trying to get out further in the pit. And I think for triple jump is more of a stay low but go far, and long jump is a jump high and go far. And so I think for triple jump especially, what I've really been working on is trying not to get too high on any of my jumps and staying low but still reaching really far for the pit, just as I do in long jump. I'm still reaching super far out in the pit to try to get as far as I can.
And finally, Cortnee, weekend off from competition. How do you take advantage of getting a break from competition this weekend, and how do you continue to get prepared and return to the track in a week when you head to Incarnate Word for the Spring Break Classic?
I don't really know if I say that I get a weekend off. I'm going to be at the hospital working all weekend, but from there, I think that actually helps me. I'm up all day moving around. I try to make sure that I stay loose. I don't just lay in bed all day. Over spring break, I'll definitely be working out and definitely be focusing on my triple and long jump, and just trying to stay active no matter what, whether we're having practice or not. That's the biggest key.
Again, today we were joined by SCAC Women's Track and Field Athlete of the Week for Field Events, Senior Cortnee Priour of the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. Cortnee, again, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you continue to move forward throughout your senior season.
Thank you.